What's going on, guys? It's Jack, MrX4 here, Jack of all trades, whatever you want to say. I am back with more Hearthstone content with the new release of Rastakhan'S Rumble. I have finals soon, and man, I am busy this week. But I rushed home, finished class, went to the gym, ate, and I'm here now because I really want to, get into my packs. And yeah, I'm excited for the new expansion, and this is going to be the pack opening. So we get 6 packs for this. Oh, nice. So we get a free spirit. Oh, we get a free legendary, too. Okay, we got the frog legendary for shaman. That's not, I hear that's very science. That's not too bad. We'll see how it is. So that's an additional 6 packs. Plus, we have yet to purchase our packs as well. So we have the 56, the pre-purchase of 50, and then we also can buy about 18 more with this. So let's see how many we have in total. And I believe, I don't remember if they gave us the 1 pack for the selecting our hero thing. Whatever. I mean, I just did that. If it doesn't give it to me, so be it. Make sure we get the right packs here. Buy 18 of these. That's how much gold we have. All right, nice. So we're going to have a total of a 74 pack opening, which is pretty exciting. So yeah, this is going to be pretty cool, and let's get to it. So, I do wish this expansion came out like after the 16th, so my finals would be over for college, but oh well. So the first epic we get, and it's a crowd roaster, so hopefully Dragon Warrior does well this expansion, because I'm a bit pessimistic about Dragon Warrior. I don't know how good it'll be necessarily, but I'm hoping. Oh my god! So the first legendary we get out of the packs is Zul'jin. This is actually very exciting because I've been getting some shit legendaries in the past, and it's just nice to see a good legendary off the bat. So Zul'jin, really nice. Stampeding Roar as an epic card. It doesn't look that promising to me. But, all right, very nice. We got Zul'jin. Alrighty. Nothing insane here. Predatory Instinct, Dragon's Roar. I mean, these are all cards I want to have an experiment with. Again, nothing too exciting here. This might be pretty cool. Alright, Baited Arrow, Cheating Go Biker. Yeah, nothing too great out of that. But we still have a lot of packs to get through, guys, so bear with me. And, I wish some of my friends could be here. I'm doing this recording right as I got home. And these cards look pretty good. And I wish, Michael or Flash and Mechanics would be here, but he's too busy at the TSM Scouting Grounds to become the new jungler for TSM, or he's going to be the head coach for LUC. So who knows? Again, hopefully this card's playable in Dragon Warrior. And Will, or Skieco, isn't here because he's also too busy at the LUC Scouting Grounds to become the new import jungler. Resident upcoming NA jungler. Check him out. He's Skieco. Check out his OpGG, Skieco NA. That's Skieco. Alright, so, yeah, if enough good elementals come out, I hope elemental mage playable, because I do like mage, or like a control mage, which is always fun to play. But yeah, too bad TSM Flash Mechanics isn't here. Immortal Prelate, okay, that's another epic card. Alrighty. So I hear this. Oh, nice, Spirit of the Rhino. But I hear Bloodclaw. A lot of people actually rated Bloodclaw really well, and it might be a fit into Odd Paladin, but I feel like Odd Paladin's cards already the list already does well. I don't think it's 100% necessary. So, personally, I don't see it too much, but maybe a new aggro Paladin emerges. So yeah, this card is really great value, and it's gonna be great in Arena. 7/7 with Overkill Summon a 5/5, pretty great, right? But I just don't see that. It's just a bit too slowly constructed. They need to give the rush card. So the beast card that summons it and then gives you a rush, give it to rush, would be pretty good. But that's a combo with a 2-card combo. It's kind of hard to pull off. Another Dragon's Roar, nice. Grave Horror, Pyromaniac, more card draw for the Odd Mage if that does become a thing. Okay, another epic. Come on. And Surrendered Madness. I don't think Surrendered Madness is going to be very good because, I don't know, I think when you destroy your mana crystals, and Priestess in a very aggressive deck anyways, or minion heavy like that, so it won't work out super well. But yeah. Oh, RIP. So this card is a very, RIP Silverback Patriot. Man, that Silverback feels bad, man. They should honestly just reduce the mana cost by 1. Just buff it, please. Okay. Yeah, I'm excited for Dragon Warrior. Hopefully it's good because, like I said, Warrior is my favorite class, and I'm really hoping that Warrior does well with him. I just don't think Dragon Warrior is fast enough to beat Hunter. Ooh, golden rare, nice. That's a free 50 dust. Hunter is very, it invests the one turn into the death rattle, but after that, it gets such great return that I honestly don't think Warrior can match it without some insane card tempo. So if you control Frozen, okay, it's this one. Like the new 1 mana deal 4, which is like the old Execute pretty much, that's okay. And it's a good tempo card. And okay, Solthraz as well, right? I've seen a lot of hype around Solthraz. My concern with Solthraz is like, it seems like, I guess it's slightly better than, it's like, it costs 1 more than that old card, the 5 mana 3 for Warrior weapon, that could just attack anything pretty much. The problem is that was 1 mana less, but couldn't attack face. This Solthraz costs 1 mana more, and it can attack face, right? Which it would seem pretty good. It's just, I don't know if it's actually that worth it, at least in a control list. I think it doesn't work in a control list. It has to be for like a more tempo or mid-range list, or even aggressive, because that's the extra value in being able to attack face. Ooh, a lot of goldens. All right, nice. All right, Ember Skilldrake. So this is one of the cards that enables Dragon Warrior. If you remember Shield Maiden, it was one of my favorite cards. 6 mana, 5/5, gain battle card gain 5 armor. It was really good in Warrior, and that's part of like the thing that enabled Control Warrior back in the day. Well, this time it's an odd card, and it's 1 less mana. So that's really good. Ooh, another epic. All right, and it's a Void Contract. I don't think Void Contract's gonna be too good, but if combo's still a problem, Warlock is gonna be a disruptor as always. Just like last expansion, Warlock has great combo disruption. So yeah, and hopefully we hit another legendary soon, right? Because we're about we're like 20, 25 packs in. We already got 1 legendary, so we should be hitting another one within the next maybe 10 packs or so on average. If we're unlucky, another 20 packs. Nothing insane here. It is weird though. So Pounce, a lot of people I feel like undervalue Pounce as well, because Pounce I think can actually be quite a strong card. Gadget Sand is still in a classic set, so Gadget Sand Auctioneer. So 0 mana spell, draw card plus does something, and Druid already has card draw, so 0 mana spells are very powerful in Druid. Another golden rare, nice. Alrighty. So yeah, the whole attack Druid theme though, I don't think it works too well. Another epic. Which one is this? Alright, Drakari Trickster. Give each player a copy of random minion from their opponent's deck. It's a copy. This card would be really good. Would be actually pretty decent if it said give each player a random minion instead of a copy. But the fact that it's a copy, I don't know in what situations it would be great. Something like this. I think a lot of people sleep on Regenerate too. Honestly, again, 0 mana spell. It could be used in degenerate combos for Priest. So if a combo Priest exists with damage again, it's good because it's 0 mana. So it adds the potential in Wild over the years, right? Okay, so we're a bit unlucky right now because we haven't opened a second legendary yet, but we should be hitting one soon. I hope, because it's a 40 card, the 40 card pity timer, right? So we hit one around, what, like 70 card, or 5 packs in? And we had like 74 or so. We should be hitting one soon at least, if we're getting close to the pity timer. Alright, there's the legendary, and we got Hexlord Malacrest, so add a copy of your opening hand here. So this card isn't horrible, it's just, I don't think a mage deck, a control mage deck is going to exist that is an odd control mage or big spell mage. Maybe this works in a big spell mage deck, but I'm not too hopeful of it. The legendary I am hoping for is the warrior one that copies dragons. I mean, even if it's not good, I just like having the warrior ones because I like playing warrior. Or perhaps getting the, what is it called? What is the legendary? Trying to remember. The legendary, well, we got the 100 one already. The other mage legendary, the 7 mana for Ragnaros one. Oh shit, another legend. Wow, speak of the devil. I literally just said I'm hoping for that legendary that summons Ragnaros. Okay, guys, so I'm really hoping Odd Mage works because this is a 7 mana Ragnaros pretty much for Odd Mage. And that's pretty crazy, honestly. If you can ping stuff off with your hero power, you don't even have to ping stuff off. You just have to deal 8 damage. So 4 instances of hero power. So turn 2, 3, 4, 5. So you need to do your hero power 4 times before turn 7. So you have 2 turns you cannot do it, and 4 turns that you need to do it. this card is awesome, and I really hope Odd Mage is the thing, because I'm really excited for that. That was 2 legendaries like almost in a row, which actually has never happened to me before. And hopefully, you know, because we still have 34 cards left, we can get one more due to pity timer. Because it's likely that you get one under 40, it's just 40 is like the limit of the pity timer. So yeah, but yo, that's really happy. I got 2 legendaries that I really wanted, which actually is surprising. I haven't been this lucky since the last. Oh, nice, 2 epics. All right, Blast Wave, really cool, and Masha Argomancer, probably not great, but I haven't been this lucky since. What was the expansion? The last winter one. I forget what it's called. The last winter expansion was. I'm trying to remember the name of it. Kobolds and Catacombs, where I got like 6 legendaries, which is pretty crazy. You did get a lot in that, like I had a lot of packs, but at the same time, it was pretty crazy. So it looks like the winter expansions are favoring me a bit more. So yeah, that's good for me. To be fair, the first winter expansion with Gadget Sand was pretty unfavorable. Gadget Sand was like the worst meta for me. I hated that whole expansion. It made me upset. It was the warrior killer because of Jade. Alright, Tree Speaker I actually don't think is going to be great because I think Taunt Druid has, or not Taunt Druid, Treant Druid or Token has better buffs than just summon Treants and then trying to buff the Treants up. There's usually more efficient cards for that than a 5-mana one. That 4-mana chest I've seen a lot of here, but I don't think it's good because if you compare it to the Mage spell, the 3-mana draw 2, you have to buff the card and trade it off. It's pretty hard to invest into that, because if you buff it, you're already kind of fucking over the card draw, because you're relying on having another card to buff it, right? So the reliance on combo, it's just not very good. Like, I'm pretty confident in that. Ticket Scalper might actually be a interestingly good card. You know, obviously 3 health is easy to kill by the opponents, but you attack anything with 4 or less health, and you draw 2 cards. Like, that's really insane. Okay, so another Soul Thrash. So I've gotten 2 Soul Thrashes and 2 Spirit of the Rhino so far, so at the very least, I know that I can make a cool warrior deck, for the most part. If I can get the warrior legendary, that'd be nice. Not a Kali the Rhino, but the Dragon Warrior one. Or the Undertaker. That would be a pretty good card, too. I will say, ever since they stopped doing more neutral legendaries, it has been a bit more pricey, you know, to play Hearthstone, because obviously, like, class legendaries, since there's 2 of them every expansion now, it makes it pricier, right? Because if you get class legendary, you only play it in that class. If you want to play multiple decks, you have to have multiple class legendaries to be good. Okay, nice. I made sure to get another Ember Skill Drake. That's another good for Dragon Warrior, which is very good. I only have 1 Crowd Roaster so far, I think, so I might have to craft one of those later. Another epic. What is this going to be? Surrender to Madness. Not a very good card, but you know, about 14 packs left. Let's see if we get another legendary. It should be plausible. If not, then the next time we open packs, we should get another one because the pity timer we had it at like 35. So. Gotten a lot of golden cards this set. I don't know if Blizzard increased the chance to get golden, but I've gotten a lot of goldens, honestly, this opening, which is pretty crazy. Alright, 9 packs left. Hopefully another legendary. Okay, nice, epic. Oh, nice! Okay. 2 Crowd Roasters. So we have guaranteed, at least I counted, like we have 2 Crowd Roasters now. And this is really nice because it's an epic card. So not having to craft epics is very important in Hearthstone because it's very expensive to craft epics. So the fact that we got a second one, we can build a Dragon Warrior deck now. Probably. Oh, except we still need that 3-mana Execute card for Dragon Warrior. I don't exactly want to craft it though because I don't trust that Warrior is going to be amazing. But alright, Cannon Barrage, Rogue, epic. So 6 packs left. Hopefully another legendary. Wow, a lot of Scarabags too. We've gotten the packs. 3 packs left. Alright, 2 packs left. Alright, one of these hopefully is the Pack of Destiny. Alright, so not this one. Golden Common, not bad. Hopefully this is the Pack of Destiny. We can earn a legendary in here. All right, nothing. Rip. So we got 3 legendaries. That's not bad for for 76 cards. It's not amazing either, but we did get a lot of epics, and hopefully, next pack opening, or next time I get a decent amount of packs, we should be close to another legendary. But let's take a look at the collection, and I'll disenchant some cards. Share my opinion on what's safe to disenchant if you are curious about that. If not, I mean that's the end of the pack opening. So thank you for checking out the video. But so yeah, we can go into crafting and see how many. So we have 1,200 dust from just duplicates, and I disenchanted before this, so none of these are duplicates from last expansion. 23 rare duplicates and 166 common duplicates. So disenchant all of those. And let's take a look at all the new cards we have. Alright, so in Druid, we got Pounce, which is nice. Yeah, Pounce. Alright, we have the new Spirit card, the Savage Striker. I don't think these cards will be good, so you could disenchant them. I just don't want to take the risk personally. So that's just a personal choice. Okay, so we also have Mark of the Loa. Again, don't think this card will be good. Personally, though, if you need dust, you could probably disenchant it. Predatory Instincts as well is like a card that requires a good deck to be built around it, so it's hard. I don't care about golden cards, so I just disenchant golden cards if I already have 2 of the common versions. Except Hearthstone is freezing right now, which is cool. Forgot how hard it is for Hearthstone to run sometimes, so we gotta wait for it to unfreeze, but yeah. The thing with Predatory Instincts is that even though it tutors, a lot of the beasts you don't care too much about the health doubling, so I don't think it's a big deal. So again, you could, within reason, disenchant it. It's just, personally, not something I like to do that's risky. Tree Speaker, also. And Stampeding Roar. So both these cards, epics, obviously, if you disenchant them, and then it turns out the decks are good, it'd be, kind of unfortunate, right? Because you'd have to recraft an epic. So I don't want to do that, personally. We did not get Gonk the Raptor, which is probably a good thing, because I don't think Gonk is very good. Alright, Hunter. Springpaw has actually been rated pretty highly, and I think it could work in a Secret Hunter deck. It's just, I think the other archetypes of Hunter don't really want Spring, whatever. Beast Within, I don't think it's a very good card, so good thing we didn't get it. It is an epic, so. Alright, Hunter's Hatchet, people have been rating pretty highly, because it's a 2-mana weapon, and it equivalently is like a Eagle Horn Bow, in the sense that, for 2 mana, you have 6 damage, right, but it's over another turn, and you can't get more durability than the 3. Whereas Eagle Horn Bow, every time you proc a secret, it's really good, right? You don't get that, but it's whatever. Revenge of the Wild, a card that some people speculate could be great, but it does take quite a bit of setup, so maybe it will be used. If you have Weapon Coat, discover it. I think this is the card that makes sense in the Secret Hunter, right? With the 2-mana spell, because you go 2 mana, 1 mana, like a dire frenzy or whatever it's called. Not dire frenzy. It's like the 1 mana dire maul into the weapon to give it 3 durability, into this to discover a spell. It's like a pretty good combo. Master's Call, I don't think is amazing. Let's see, Spirit of the Lynx might actually be pretty good, but it is 3 mana. That does hurt the ability for it to do anything. Baited Arrow, I think, is too expensive, but in a Spell Hunter that only wants to use spells, maybe not. Hate Halaziel the Lynx. Some people have been speculating is actually good. I think it requires a lot of investment, but to be fair, Hunter does want refueling, and having 1/1s is actually not bad for Hunter refueling, so. Alright, and we did not get any of these. Okay, we got Zul'jin, which is actually a really good card. I used to have King Crush a long time ago. I disenchanted it, but now I need it again if I want to make a, what is it called, Hunter deck? A Death Rattle Hunter deck. But I don't want to recraft King Crush, because that would mean I wasted a bunch of dust, so I'm not going to do that out of spite. Elemental Evocation, I think that an elemental deck is possible. I think this is good into Odd Mage. Let's see. Okay, I think this would be good if it was odd. So, rip. This might be good, but I think Odd Mage already has good card draw. We did not get Splitting Image, but I don't think there's a good deck that it fits into. Scorch is actually potentially good because of the implications it has for tempo swings with Odd Mage. Blast Wave might be a great value card, or not Odd Mage, Elemental. Arcanosaur might be also another great way to control the board. The only thing I have concern is with Arcanosaur is that you have to play elementals in odd mage, so you might be hitting your own stuff, and by 6 mana, that might be pretty damaging to your own board. This card, while I don't think is great, might be experimented with. I am happy about Jan'alai though. Jan'alai is awesome, and I really hope that I don't know. I really hope that odd mage sees play so I can do that, and then also craft a Frostlich Jaina, because I haven't had a great reason to craft one yet. This card has seen a lot of hype, but I don't actually think it's amazing. Maybe I'm wrong, but Flash of Light, 2 mana draw 1 card is like half a mana more expensive, but restore health, 4 health is like worth slightly less than 1 mana, so packaged together, it's a pretty good deal. It's just, I don't know if a control paladin will exist, and I don't think Healadin's a good idea, because even though there's a lot of hype around Healadin, you're investing to heal your hero instead of like trying to kill them, which is weird. Same thing with Timeout. I think it's a worse mirror and ice block. I actually think Spear of the Tiger could be pretty good potentially. It's just you do have to invest this initially and then also have to combo with good spells. So this could be too taxing as an investment. Zandalari is just really hard to proc by turn 4. And if you're procking it any later, then you've given up a lot of tempo to heal your hero. So I don't think summoning 8/8 like wins you the game. I think it just like speeds up your tempo. Faraki Battle Axe. I want to call this Baraki so bad. Yeah, I don't think this is good. And that's all the Paladin cards we got. Ooh, we didn't get this Paladin Legendary. Which, again, it needs a good deck. It's a pretty cool card, so, you know. Regenerate, I think, could be used in a lot of Priest combos for Degenerate cards. It's just, it's not looking great. I don't think Spirit of the Dead is good except for like in a combo or value priest, but I think the era has long ended where that's like super viable. Same thing with Seance. I think the era has ended where that's super viable. Sand Drudge, on the other hand, I know people don't think it's very good, but I think they could be sleeping on it in the sense that like if Priest gets a few more cards like Sand Drudge, then you know maybe with like Shadow Ascendant, you could actually argue for like a decent like Priest deck. On the other hand, Surrender to Madness looks like hot garbage. I'm not going to disenchant it yet because I said Keleseth looked like shit, and then it turned out Keleseth was amazing. I hate Keleseth as a design philosophy. Just the fact that it's a 2 mana, if you draw it, your win percentage increases a shit ton. That really upsets me, so I thought it would be shitty, but turns out it was good. I don't want to say the same thing about Surrender to Madness. I think Surrender to Madness is garbage, but man, I will be pissed if I have to re-enchant that, so... Mass Hysteria, I think, is kind of like a worse brawl. I have these 2 legendaries that are useless, but I want to disenchant them, because potential, right? Like, the one time I disenchanted a good legendary was Keleseth. I've actually never been wrong about legendaries before in disenchanting them, but after that, I'm just fucking traumatized about disenchanting any legendaries, because I didn't have Keleseth for an entire, like, year. I don't think Grave 4 is going to be very good. And I still don't have Keleseth, because I never opened a Keleseth again, so... It honestly upsets me. I don't think Serrated Tooth is good. I think Bloodsail Howler is okay, but there has to be enough good pirates to support it, and I haven't taken a look at building a deck like that yet. Stolen Steel could just potentially be broken, but it also could potentially be subpar, so I have no idea. Raiding Party is pretty interesting, but I don't know what weapons you really want to add other than like a Shadow Blade. Maybe you could see it in a in the one type of deck, the Kingsbane deck, because there are some pirates in there, I believe. Walk the Plank could be interesting. It's just I don't think this is played until that other card comes out of rotation, the Vilespine. Cannon Barrage needs enough pirates to be useful. God, I wish I could disenchant Myra, but risk, you know. It's too risky. It's too risky. Shaman. I honestly don't know how to rate the Shaman cards. They're so science, you know. Totemic Smash is another 1 mana deal too. Slightly better. It could be used in a Malagos deck. It could be good in Wild, actually. This card just takes too much setup. You can honestly probably disenchant it. Just no worries. This card I hear is pretty good, and I only have 1 regular one, so I guess I won't disenchant the golden yet. Bog Slosher. Okay, I don't know in what situation you'd want to return a card other than get more value, but if you're trying to get more value, you usually want it to cost less because you're trying to give it a battle cry instead of giving it +2/+2. You lose so much tempo doing that. Whenever you cast a spell, draw a spell from your deck that costs 1 more. That actually seems pretty good. I'm not going to lie, because if you... This is like, you know, Gadget Sand's 6 mana. This is 3 mana, and it has stealth for a turn. And when you cost a spell... Oh, wait. It has to cost 1 more, though. That's not easy to do, because you can't combo it. So it's less good than I thought it would be. Kog'maw the Frog. Return all spells you played last turn to your hand. This could be an interesting card in combination with like Hagatha, which I have, so it'd be nice. Arena Toad seems pretty shitty. But it's not a bad spell for Hagatha to have. Grim Rally, destroy minion, give your minions +1/+1. That could be useful in a zoo, but I think Zoo is already good enough right now that it probably doesn't need it in the list. Discard your lowest cost, deal 2 damage to all minions. That's actually pretty cool, but that's actually not too punishing in a Control Warlock. But Control Warlock already has really good... Honestly, I think this card won't see play until Defile gets rotated out. So, after a friendly minion dies, give a minion in your hand +1/+1. That's to combo with the new Loa, I believe. This card also seems cool. It's just... I still don't know if its discard is strong enough. Like, this is even targeted discard, and it's still, like... might not be strong enough. High Priestess, this card would have been pretty cool to have, but... you know, it is what it is. I don't know if it would be playable. It's just a nice card. I want to fucking disenchant Dr. Morgan. Honestly, I will disenchant Dr. Morgan if there's another Legendary Deck expansion I need, but until then, once again, my heart will fill with sorrow if I disenchant Morgan and she's useful, especially because this is a golden Legendary. Now, on the other end, if Morgan's useful, I don't see it being useful for like another 3 years into Wild, where she like fills some degenerate combo. Even so, I think there'll probably be better cards than this. So I think Morgan's shit. It's just, God, Keleseth, man. When I disenchanted Keleseth and then found out it was good, that shit pissed me off. I don't think Demon Bolt's all that great. I think it's right, because like you have to have 2 minions on board for it to even like somewhat match Siphon Soul, right? So if you have 2 minions, it's 6 mana destroy a minion, which Siphon Soul does, but it gives you +3 health. If you have 3 minions, it's 5 mana. How often is Control Warlock going to have 3 minions on the board consistently enough that it's great before turn 6 to make it match Siphon Soul? I think that's like the real vulnerability, is that the early game, when you need to remove something at turn 5 or 6, you probably won't have minions on board. Because if you had minions on board, you'd do it anyways. Void Contract, I just don't see it being played because I don't think Warlock needs it, but if we're desperate enough, then sure. Finally, Warrior. Okay, so Devastate, nice to have. It's like the new Execute, pretty much. Like the old Execute, or it's 1 mana Execute, but it's good for Odd Warrior. Spirit of the Rhino, pretty cool. The fact that it's 1 mana is really good. Dragon's Roar, awesome card. Gives you 2 dragons, although they're random, which makes it kind of shittier. You could see it as like a shitty... so here's the thing, right? There's that one card. Where is it? Omega Assembly is like a better Dragon's Roar in the sense that like it's 3 random cards for 1 mana. And usually your Omega things have Rush, right, because you play Dr. Boom. But the thing with Dragon's Roar is that even though it costs more and gives you 1 less card, it enables the ability to, like, activate dragon cards even if you don't have them in your deck, right? So you could potentially be playing fewer dragons in your deck for just better cards in general, and then using Dragon's Roar to activate the dragon synergy you need. That's why I think Dragon's Roar actually has a lot of potential. Overlord's Whip, I think, is garbage. This is the card that I wish I had 2 of. And I might just end up crafting it, because even if it's not great, I know, like, at least in Wild, Dragon Warrior will be somewhat decent with this card because of how much tempo you can get with it. And I just think, I think between this card and the 1 mana card, right, is where Dragon Warrior has potential. It's that card and the 1 mana card that, like, Dragon Warrior maybe will be able to actually be useful because it'll have tempo. The issue I see is that it still just gets out-tempoed by Hunter, and that just makes it kind of shitty. We didn't get War Master Voon, unfortunately. We did get Emmerskill Drake, luckily. We got both Solthraz as well, luckily, in case Solthraz is actually good. I don't think it will be, but just in case, right? And I think Heavy Metal is garbage, but I could be wrong, because it's not an Odd Warrior. We didn't get a Kali, that's fine. I don't think a Kali is going to be good. And that's all the class cards, so let's go into the neutrals now. Gurbashi Chicken doesn't seem like a great card. It seems more for Hunter in the whatever it's called, DK Rexar. Helpless Hatchling, I thought it was bad, but apparently some people are running in their list right now. Serenite Taskmaster, summon a 0/3 free agent with taunt for your opponent. Could be an interesting like cuck combo with like death rattles and stuff where you fill their board, but I don't think that's realistic. Belligerent Gnome, I think people might be sleeping on. I don't think it's good in this meta, but a few years ago, back when, you know, Reno was a thing, when the game was like fast enough that like you needed Reno and there was a lot of aggro decks, I actually think Belligerent Gnome would have been pretty good. It's just the way I see it, I actually think Belligerent Gnome's more of an aggro card than a control card, because what happens is that you play it in aggro to beat other aggro decks, and then soon every aggro deck is teching in Belligerent Gnome, which is kind of funny, right? 2 mana 3/3. This is pretty much a 3 mana 3/3 because it's Battle Cry. If this was Death Rattle, give your opponent a coin. I actually think this would see play as a good 2 mana minion. It's a Battle Cry though, so this is like almost like giving your opponent. This is pretty much like a 3 mana 3/3, which makes it bad. Cheaty Ankle Biker. I don't think it's great, but it has the instant lifesteal. Oh shit! I can't disenchant this because what is it called? I only have one of them. I don't think this will see play unless like a dragon deck exists that's really good. And even in Wild, you'd rather discover other dragons with that 2 mana 1/3. But this card I don't want to disenchant just in case. Recently disenchanted my Millhouse. Okay, this is a neutral totem, which is actually kind of oh, I had 2 of these. That's interesting. Neutral totem, which is interesting. It doesn't look amazing. This card people might sleep on, but I can't like think of a great because the thing is Devil's Sword Egg's still in the game, so you know. This card might be playable in Druid with that new 1 mana thing. Maybe an even or not Druid, sorry, even Rogue with a pirate. But you need even pirates, and you're going to get the 3 mana captain. This card is hard, but I'm just trying to think of potential. This card requires a lot of setup to draw cards, but it could be a sleeper. This card could also be sleeper, you never know. This card I think is bad. This card could be used for OTK Mage. I think this card's bad, but it's an epic, so I don't want to disenchant it right away. This card's good. I wish I got this card. Unfortunately, I didn't, but I actually think this will probably see play in the future if Secret Hunter is good. I think it's really only good in Hunter. I don't think it's good in Paladin. I don't think it's good in Mage. I think, honestly, Hunter wants this card. Imagine if it was Beast. All right, I think people sleep on this card. People were saying this card's bad because you deal 5 damage, but I feel like in a Hunter deck, this is good, right? Because it's a 3 mana 3/5. Maybe it's too slow nowadays, but I think certainly like a year ago, this card would have been played. Maybe nowadays it's too slow, but I think a year ago, like, that 3 mana 3/5 is still good because it's hard to remove. I think this card's bad. I think this card's really bad. I've already explained this in the pack opening why it's bad. I think this card is weird. I also think this card is weird. I don't think it'll see play, but 4 mana 3/5 stealth with you potentially gain 3 armor. You have to kill something 2 or less. I wish, but I don't think it's very good. I don't think this is good because it's Death Rattle. If it was like a 3/3 or a 4/2, maybe. No, this is at the start of turn to restore 2 health. That's really hard to do. This would probably be a good arena card, though. This card is like a shitty, that one mech card. The Death Rattle mech. The one that summons shit. There's Piloted Shredder, yeah. Bad Piloted Shredder. Probably not going to see play. I could be wrong. Maybe it does, but I think for 4 mana, there's better things now. Ticket Scalper is might be sleeper, but no clear like indication yet. Like more than likely it won't be played, but could potentially be sleeper. This card's really shitty. You have to kill something 2 or less to summon more. It's just bad compared to the normal patron. This card I think is a bit slow for turn 5, but it might also be really good and important in Dragon Warrior. Honestly, it takes a lot of experimentation to see how good it actually is. But my speculation is that maybe it won't be too good. This card is bad. We've seen cards like this before. They never work. This card is probably going to be bad, but maybe in an aggro deck, you know, it's hard to attack. It's just I think most 5 mana cards you're not really removing. You're more so trying to like, or not attacking into remove. You're kind of removing them through the spells. This card seems shit because it's a 5 mana 3/4, and you have to trade to. Yeah, no, I don't think it's good. By then you're playing better cards like Fungal Mancer. Alright, what are these other 5 decks? This card, oh, this is the legendary I wish I got. Mojo Master Zihi is potentially one of the best legendaries of the set just because it disrupts combo and can be used in aggro. It's like a slightly different version of Lotheb, right? So I honestly think this might become a staple in years to come, and I'll probably end up crafting it in the future. So definitely don't disenchant that if you have it, even though there might not be a good deck right now. This card seems bad, but honestly, the fact that it's rush and deals 5 damage, then still might have a taunt left over is not. It could be good. If this had Divine Shield, it'd be 100% playable. I'm pretty sure, but it doesn't. So, Crowd Roaster, as good as it looks, by turn 7, sometimes 7 damage isn't enough to kill a minion. Most of the times it should be. Sometimes it's not, right? Like the Lich King, like Ragnaros, you can't kill those cards, so it's actually a bit risky. This honestly could be one of those feels bad cards where it's so good that you have to play it, but there's going to be situations where it's not good enough that it really feels bad to play it. but it's a cool card. I'm glad I have it because it's legendary. This card is really shitty because it costs too much. If this was 6 mana, or if this was like +1/+1 stats, maybe. And even in like a year ago meta, I don't think it would have been played. This card, luckily we can disenchant the golden one. What can I say? Priest is going to steal it. I don't think it's amazing. I will say, the Undertaker, I wish I had this legendary as well. I'm glad this set had cool neutral legendaries like the Undertaker and the 5 mana, like the 6 mana set crystals, the 5 thing. And where's the other one? The other cool neutral legendary, Undasta. Undasta is really cool, but you need to be playing a big beast deck. And that's all. Yeah, this is another card, but I actually don't think it's very good. So that's all the cards that I got in the card opening, and just a quick like brief rundown of everything. And this video was 35 minutes. Okay, not too long. So yeah, I'm gonna, I'm pretty happy about this. I'll make some decks and stuff later, and I'll make sure to do things. But other than that, that's all for now. So please check out my content when I have it released for more of the Rastakhan'S Rumble. And I hope you guys enjoyed watching this. I certainly am excited for the new set. I'm not excited for my finals coming up, but hey, it is what it is. Anyways, this is Jack, signing out.